Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, where last time we have finished clearing out the Lost Chapel map, and we've returned to camp. Everybody is back to the land of the living, and now it's time to level everybody up and do some spell management, and then we'll rest, and then we'll go talk to everybody, and then, I don't know, we'll have to decide what we do after that. You need to make sure everybody is restored fully too, because I think there's a couple people that have, negative levels that we need to get rid of. And I can't do that from here, can I? I don't think so. I wish you could. It's kind of annoying that you can't. But we'll have to deal with that. So let's go ahead and start with Sauciel here. So he's going to be a level 8 cleric, which doesn't get him anything in particular. Should we, let's, I think we might get level 8 here. I don't know, but let's take a look at what else we can make him. Let's take a look at his ability scores. So he's got a lot of wisdom and a lot of strength and a lot of charisma. Pretty good constitution too. Let's take a look here. We want something religious still, so I don't think anything in alchemist is going to help. I don't think he'd be an arcanist. A bard? Ooh, actually, a bard. Is there any religious bards? Tranquil whispers do the opposite. They play their soothing compositions to elevate the... I feel like Shellen would have... would be, a good god to be a bard for. But it doesn't look like there's anything super religious there. And bards, I think... I don't know if they use wisdom. But they definitely don't use strength and con. They're more of a dex-based class. I guess you could be a strength-based bard. I guess that doesn't really matter. A Blood Rager? No, that doesn't sound like him. We already have a Cavalier. We interestingly don't have a Druid yet, but I don't think he'd be a Druid. A Fighter? No. A Hunter? No. An Inquisitor? Sanctified Slayer? Faith Hunter? I don't know about any... he doesn't seem like he's got the right disposition for an Inquisitor. Kineticist, no. Magus, no. Oracle. We already have an Oracle. I feel like we need another one. Although I guess he could be... I don't think that's going to add much for him, though. If anything, I'd like to build off his strength. So like a War Priest, maybe. Capable of calling upon the power of the gods in the form of blessings and spells, War Priests blend divine magic with martial skill. They are unflinching bastions of their faith, shouting gospel as they pummel foes into submission, and never shy away from a challenge, to their beliefs. While clerics might be subtle and use diplomacy to accomplish their aims, War Priests aren't above using violence whenever the situation warrants it. In many faiths, War Priests form a core of the church's martial force, reclaiming lost relics, rescuing captured clergy, and defending the church's tenets from all challenges. Maybe like a proclaimer. A proclaimer rushing into abyss-twisted wastes with nothing but his weapon and his hands and his faith in his heart. And faith in his heart, right? Shouting in his deity's name to the sky. Most proclaimers don't survive their first day in a hostile environment, but those who do become the stuff of legend, bolstering the spirits of crusaders near and far. I feel like that could definitely be Sauciel. What kind of class progression would we be getting here? So if we do this, we would never get to level 20 in either one of these. But it looks like with clerics, with just a straight cleric, which is what he is, he doesn't actually get anything later on. He might lose access to some spells, but his spell pool is going to be the same, I assume, as Dayrun or Ember, right? So I don't feel like we'd necessarily need him to be a spellcaster. Like, him having some spells is good. But we also don't want him to be like Seela, right? He's not supposed to be a tank like Seela is. So maybe more of a damager. So which one of these gives the best damage is what we're looking for. So Champions of the Faith are Crusaders who use the power of the Divine Patron to annihilate their faith's enemies. That sounds like what we want. So with this... Oh, he'd get... Wait a minute. Why do these have X's? Weird. I don't remember seeing that before. It makes me wonder if I shouldn't do that. Removed by the archetype. Removed by the archetype. Added by the archetype. Oh, okay. So just a regular war priest gets all that stuff. But Champion of the True Faith doesn't. Weird. These are spontaneous casters. Champions of the Faith are Crusade. Yeah, we already read that, right? So we get Sacred Weapon, but we lose Sacred Weapon. We get Aligned Sacred Weapon. At 4th level, any weapon wielded by a Champion of the Faith counts as his chosen alignment for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction. While this... Okay. He would also not get channel energy from this, but we get that from being a cleric. A cult leader, I don't know if that sounds like him. I'm thinking he would either be Disenchanter, Divine Caster. While many war priests focus on threats to the body, this Disenchanter focuses on dangers to the mind and the soul. Using the power of his patron, the Disenchanter seeks to keep the powers of magic in check. Ooh, now that could be useful. Mystic Interference. At 4th level, a Disenchanter can channel a burst of pure abjuration magic to grant protection to himself and all allies within 30 feet. Affected creatures receive a +1 bonus to saving throws. So that'd be good. That could be good. What do you get as a Proclaimer? Cleanser of Evil. At 2nd level, a Proclaimer can hold his weapon aloft and shout his deity's name as a swift action, spending one use of a fervor to deal 1d6 points of holy damage to all evil outsiders within 5 feet. At 5th level and every 3 levels thereafter, damage is increased by 1d6. At 7th level, expands to an area within 10 feet, and it expands by 5 feet every 6 levels thereafter. A Proclaimer can use fervor to damage undead or to heal. I think I'd make him a champion of the true faith. I think that would be fun. He gets sacred armor and all that. I'm gonna. Let me take some time to stew on that decision, whether or not I want to keep him just a regular cleric or multispec him, and do I want to do it now at level 8 or wait? Ember is going to stay a stigmatized witch. She gets a new hex this level and access to 4th level spells, so that'll be big for her. And you are going to get... We'll put 1 in wisdom. Do we want to do that? Is that worth doing? If anything, it increases her will saves. So, yeah, we'll do it. And then increase those. Or did we want to do that? I don't know. Let's go with Arcana. And then your new hex. The witch can touch a creature. Nope. To suppress and protect it from... Wait. To suppress and protect it from negative conditions. This chooses one of the following conditions each time she uses this hex. Dazzled, fatigued, shaken, or sickened. If the target is afflicted with the chosen condition, the condition is suppressed for a number of minutes equal to the witch's level. It's actually not bad. Cackle, no. Evil Eye, no. Fortune. Healing. We still haven't gotten the healing hex for her, huh? That could be good. The witch can cause fate to twist so that it benefits a creature within 30 feet for 1 round. Whenever that creature is targeted by an effect that requires an attack roll, including weapon attacks, the attack roll must... That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds real good, actually. At 8th level, the duration of this hex is extended by 1 round. So it's 2 rounds now. I think we want that. Protective Luck. Well, what is Ward? A warded creature... That could be good, too. This ward lasts until the warded creature is hit or fails a saving throw. A witch knows when a warded creature is no longer protected. A witch can only have 1 ward active at a time. If the witch uses this ability again, the previous ward immediately ends. At 8th level, the bonus provided by this ward is increased by 1. So, +3 deflection bonus to AC and resistance bonuses on saving throws. Protective Luck is an AoE, though. I feel like that just makes it better. Yeah. We're going to go with Protective Luck. And then your new spell, your 4th level spell. Touch of Slime, Volcanic Storm. Oh, there's so many cool sounding spells. Phantasmal Killer's there, but we already have somebody with that, so we're not going to get that. I like to keep, you know, the spells sort of in line with their personality and their character. Cape of Wasps. Crushing Despair, Cure Critical Wounds. That obviously could be a good one to get. Death Ward. The subject gains a +4 morale bonus on saves against all death spells and magical effects. The subject is immune to energy drain and any negative energy effects, including channel negative energy. The spell does not remove negative levels that the subject has already gained. That could be good. I mean, we do seem to come up against a lot of things that do negative energy, right? Ice Storm, Fear. That's a cone effect, so she won't be able to make too much use of that, I don't think. You point your finger and fire a black ray of negative energy that suppresses the life force of any living creature it strikes. You must make a ranged touch attack to hit. If you hit, the subject gains 1d4 temporary negative levels. I think we're going to get Death Ward. Yep, I think that'll be good. Both the spells we got for her have the same icon. Interesting. And then your mythic power. Destiny Beyond Birth. Okay, so that... What does that affect with elves? Is that strength too? Or is that constitution? Either way, I don't think she needs it. Expanded Arsenal. Improved Initiative. School Mastery, Sorceress Reflexes. You can cast the first spell after an initiative roll as a swift action. If that spell is either of a first level or is at least 2 levels lower than the maximum level spell you can cast. That sounds really good. Or do you want to get the School Mastery? Or Mythic Result? No, I think we're going to get this. Sorceress Reflexes. I think that could be pretty useful for her. Well, would it be useful for her? Or maybe we just want to get something like School of Necromancy. Oh, this is tough. Could just get like an extra feat or an extra mythic ability. You have found out that curses can be a blessing, and now you know how to use them. An additional Oracle Core curse, Ascendant Summons. Enduring spells. Effects of your spells on your allies last longer. magic nullification. Witch Wandering Hex. This ability lets you select any witch hex and grants you the ability to use the selected hex. You lose the ability to use the hex after choosing another hex. I don't think we've done this. We could just get another hex, right? Sounds like a good thing to have for her. Yeah, I like that. I wasn't sold on any of the other ones. For you, you are going to remain a paladin, and at 8th level you get Aura of Resolve. At 8th level, a paladin is immune to charm spells and spell-like abilities. Each ally within 10 feet of her gains a +4 morale bonus on saving throws against charm effects. That'll be good. Especially for Barry, because his will saves are so low. For you... what do we want to get for you? Dex? Or Wisdom? This is tough. I think we might go for Wisdom, or do we want to increase, like, her Charisma? It does affect the spells that she can use. Getting more Charisma. Start doing that. I think that would be better for her. And there we go for you. Good. And there is Zenith. And also her mythic ability we gotta do. Con. And you're an athletic horse. There you go. Your mythic feat is going to be mythic channeling. That's really hard to pass up. But you could also get shield focus or toughness or destructive shockwave. Oh, so many good things. Or dodge. I'm leaning towards this, because she does have a low AC for being, you know, as tanky as she should be. Or do we want to just get Mythic Channel? I feel like getting Mythic Channel for everybody that has channeling is going to be a good idea, to be honest. Alright, and that just leaves Sauciel. It's decision time. We're gonna multi-class. And I think we are going to make him into a War Priest. I've decided. Now the question is, do we want to do regular War Priest or Champion of the Faith? Regular War Priest or Champion of the Faith? So... you could use Sacred Weapon. At 4th level, the War Priest gains the ability to enhance one of his sacred weapons with divine power as a swift action. So this is kind of like Kameli's spirit weapon, basically. The War Priest has, for every 4th level, this bonus increases by 1. If the War Priest has more than one sacred weapon, he can enhance another on the following round by using another swift action. His ability, a number of rounds per day equal to his War Priest level, but these rounds need to be consecutive. Okay. These bonuses stack with existing bonuses, blah blah blah. I guess we should read it. These bonuses stack with any existing bonus the weapon might have to a maximum of +5. The War Priest can enhance a weapon with any of the following weapon special abilities: Brilliant Energy, Flaming Frost, Keen, and Shock. In addition, if the War Priest is chaotic, he's not. If he's evil, he's not. If he's lawful, he's not. Adding any of these special abilities replaces an amount of bonus equal to the special abilities base cost. So he would never get Aspect of War. I'm not too concerned about that though. He would get up to what, level 13? So we get Sacred Armor +3. And access to 5th level spells from the War Priest, plus whatever. So yeah. I think we're going to do it. But what about this one? So the difference is here. So instead of these things, so he wouldn't get channel energy, but he's getting that from that already. But he would get Sacred Weapon, Aligned Weapon. Any weapon wielded by a champion of the faith counts as having his chosen alignment. And he'd also get Smite. And then, he'd still get Sacred Armor. Bonus combat feats. Well, Proclaimer was the other one, right? So Proclaimers don't get Fervor and don't get Channel Energy. But they get Cleanser of Evil and Zone of Sanctification. At 4th level, a Proclaimer can spend 2 uses of Fervor as a move action to use his Cleanser of Evil ability and create a Zone of Sanctification in the area. All evil outsiders in the zone, when it becomes active, must succeed at a will save or be pushed back until they are out of the area. Well, that's kind of neat. But he'd also lose Sacred Armor. And what does Sacred Armor do? At 7th level, the War Priest gains the ability to enhance his armor with Divine Power as a swift action. This power grants the armor a +1 enhancement bonus for every 3 levels beyond 7th level. This bonus increases by 1, a maximum of +5 at 19th level. And the War Priest can use this ability a number of minutes per day equal to his War Priest level. His bonuses stack with any existing bonuses the armor might have to a maximum of +5. War Priest can enhance armor. The War Priest can enhance armor any of the following armor special abilities: energy resistance, fortification, spell resistance. Adding any of these, okay, so it acts like the spirit weapon stuff too. I'm thinking we do want to do this. The only thing I am concerned about, at 1st level, weapons wielded by a War Priest are charged with the power of his faith. In addition to the favored weapon of his deity, War Priest can designate a weapon as a sacred weapon by selecting the weapon with the weapon focus feat. If he has multiple weapon focus feats, the ability applies to all of them. Whenever the War Priest hits with the sacred weapon, the weapon damage is based on his level and is not the weapon type. The War Priest can decide to use the weapon's base damage instead of the sacred weapon damage. This increase in damage does not affect any other aspect of the weapon and doesn't apply to alchemical items, bombs, or other weapons that only deal energy damage. Yeah, we're going to do it. Champion of the Faith. And he's going to get Wisdom up. So he'll be able to cast a few more spells. Yeah. And I guess keep putting your perception up. So this is Spontaneous Casting, Spontaneous Cure. A good War Priest or a neutral War Priest or of a good deity can channel stored spell energy into healing spells and that he did not prepare ahead of time. The War Priest can expend any prepared spell that isn't an orison to cast any cure spell of the same level or lower. A cure spell is any spell with cure. Right. Yeah. I mean, that's all we can take, so that's what he gets. And then weapon focus is going to be the glaive. You gain a +1 bonus on all attack rolls. You can gain this feat multiple times. Yeah. Choose alignment. He is a good guy, right? I think so. So chaotic good alignment. Or not chaotic good, just good. And blessings. Wait, we get a blessing? I didn't... Should have read everything, huh? A War Priest deity influences alignment. What magic he can perform, his values, and how others see him. Each War Priest can select 2 blessings from among those granted by his deity. Each deity grants the blessing tied to its domain. Each blessing grants a minor power at 1st level and a major power at 10th level. Okay, so cool. So he'll get that at 10th level. A War Priest can call upon the power of his blessing a number of times per day, in any combination equal to 3 plus half his War Priest level. Each time he calls, blah blah blah, The save DC for these blessings is equal to 10 plus half of the War Priest level, plus the War Priest's Wisdom modifier. Okay. So for him, I think we're going to go with Luck and Protection. I feel like, just based off the spells that he's used so far, Luck is definitely going to be one of them. Touch an ally and grant them a lucky present. Well, he already has that, right? Kind of, with his Cleric path. At 10th level, you can curse an enemy with unlucky presents. What does the Air do? At first level, you can touch any one ally for 1 minute. His ranged attacks don't provoke an attack of opportunity. At 10th level, you can touch an ally and give her the gift of flight for 1 minute as wings. Whenever the ally succeeds at a charge attack, that attack deals an amount of additional electricity damage. That's a long payoff, because it's going to be a long time before he gets 10th level in this class. We could always respec him, too, and to just be this completely. We might actually do that. If I'm being honest, I don't see a lot of value in him as a cleric with all the other healers we have on our group, in our group. Let's go with Air. At first level, you can gain a +1 sacred bonus on saving throws and +1 sacred bonus to AC for 1 minute. The bonus increases to 2 at 10th level and 3 at 20th level. And then a 30-foot aura protection for 1 minute. You and your allies within this aura gain 10 resistance against acid, cold, electricity, fire, and sonic. We become as strong as the enemies. And at 15th level, it increases to 20. Yeah, we'll take that one too. Oh, we one at a time? Oh, we only pick one. Okay, we'll go with Air. Okay. Complete. And then his mythic power. Obviously it's going to be mythic channeling. I feel like that's a no-brainer. There we go. Okay. Everybody's leveled up. Let's go ahead and work on the spell books for everybody. So that, I don't have to run into those problems I always run into of not having the proper spells. So we're going to go with Freedom, or not Freedom, that one, Holy Smite. You deal 1d8 points of damage per 2 caster levels to each living evil creature in the area. And cause it to become blinded for 1 round. Yeah, that's a really good one, I think. For you, you don't have slots, you just have uses per day. You, on the other hand, I feel like I have not looked at your spells like at all, but apparently I have a little bit. But you now have level 2 spells. Take that one. And maybe a litany? Your litany is a fascinating diatribe of grace, causing your target to do nothing but listen. Target is fascinated. Any damage to the target automatically breaks it. Your litany conjures chains of energy that lash upwards from the ground and hamper the target's movement. Target is entangled. Blessing of courage and life. With this prayer, you provide long-lasting succor to a wounded creature. For as long as the effect lasts, the target receives a +2 morale bonus on saving throws against fear and death effects. At any time while the spell is in effect, the target can choose to end the spell as a swift action for a burst of healing energy. Target loses the saving throw bonus, but is healed 1d8 points of damage plus 1 point per caster level. When you cast this spell, you strengthen your paladin's aura of courage. Until the end of its duration, all allies within the aura are immune to fear. Magical or otherwise. That sounds amazing. If you do not have the Aura of Courage class feature, or Greater Courage, we do have that, right? Aura of Courage. Yeah, we do. Okay. Yes, that sounds fantastic. Alright, for you, you also don't have to worry about spell slots. You, on the other hand, do. Summon Monster 4. Spiked Pit. And another blur use. Yeah, those blurs actually came in handy for Barrett. You have some slots you need to fill. Let's see. Thorn Body. This spell causes spines to grow from your exposed skin, damaging creatures that strike you. Oh, that'd be great if I could cast that on Barrett. But it's a personal use, isn't it? Yeah. She doesn't get hit that often, so I'm not going to use it on her. Fear, that's a cone effect, right? Well, actually, I guess that's the only one we can put in there, so I guess you do get that. Fear, cone effect, Life Blast. Ice Storm. Oh, there's so many good ones. Spit Venom. Spit a stream of venom at a target using a ranged touch attack. If the venom hits, it causes blindness for 1 round. The target must also save or be poisoned by black adder venom. I feel like that would be very her to have with the snake medallion and everything. We're going to get it. Why not? Let's go through here. Your level 3 spells. Didn't really use any of, or bestow curse much. Call Lightning might be good. Remove curse, soothing mud. Blindness. We're gonna get Call Lightning. That'll be her big spell attack if we need to use it. And your level 1 spells, let's get another... what do we want to get here? Maybe another... Use Burning Hands, maybe? Or just a Bless or Bane? Let's get a second Bane. Why not? I think that would be good. Okay, and that's all spells accounted for, so now we can go ahead and finally rest our weary hit. Well, should we talk to everybody first before we go to sleep? Yeah, let's talk to everybody first before we go to sleep. Hey, Sasio. Have you gotten used to your powers? Such power. It's like I'm a young priest again, taking my first steps in service to the goddess. When Shellen first entrusted me with the power to heal the wounded, I was so afraid to touch anyone with these hands, and I didn't wash them for a week, until my mother took me by the ear and led me to the wash basin. The cleric smiles a broad, boyish smile. That's disgusting. You shouldn't have shared that with me, Sasio. Of course, the powers you gave me are far stronger than those granted to a novice cleric, stronger than most clerics ever receive. It is not my duty to feel proud of them, but to use them in the service of others, and to ensure that what happened in Canabris, what happened to my brothers in faith, will never happen again. Do you think about what the Hell Knights told you? Yes. Sassil shakes his head. Another dead end. I still know nothing. How can Trevor have parted with his shield? I can't imagine. You don't know what your brother has endured in this war. Perhaps the person you once knew is gone. I'm sorry if your brother disappointed you. You must believe in your brother. If he gave away this shield, it means he had a good reason. Perhaps he's not the person you once knew. I don't want to believe that. I can't. Not Trevor. With a sudden shiver, Sauciel looks down and whispers faintly, Brother, will I recognize you when I find you? You know, it's not only the Hell Knights who told me the truth. Knight Terabade refused to tell me anything about my brother's fate while I was serving in Canabris, but after these events, she finally broke her silence. And the things she told me, Sauciel shakes his head. That he was a good fighter, but a terrible knight, and an utterly worthless paladin. He became more and more cruel as time went on. He started caring more about destroying the enemy than protecting the innocent. He gushed over Prelate Holvern and his witch hunts. Eventually, the goddess's patience wore thin. When he beat up some poor fellow for blasphemy, Shellen took away Trevor's powers. That was a huge blow for him. He left the city, asking only that his disgrace be kept secret from his family. That was why Erebeth didn't say anything earlier. Brother, my brother. But how? He's always been so kind, merciful. Where could this cruelty have come from? What do you think of his fate? I can't wrap my head around what I've learned. It's as if we were talking about a different person altogether. How could he? Why did he give his shield to that she-devil in black armor? Hey, calm down. Jeez, you people. Oh, Shellen, let this be all a mistake. Thank you for talking with me. My pleasure. Darren, how you doing, buddy? Looking around the place, the Count seems quite quiet and dejected. Ah, Barrett. Hello there. I'm feeling uncharacteristically pensive right now. Or rather, I'm finding it rather difficult to put my thoughts into words today. I'm trying to understand something. We've been traveling together for a while now. What's your opinion of me? You're an arrogant, egotistical brat, and it doesn't seem like it's going to change anytime soon. I sincerely believe that you can change and become a better person. No, that's not us. You don't let anyone get close. There might be a good reason for that, but you can always count on me if you ever need any kind of support. You're a useful tool? Nope. I know the truth about you. I know what really happened at Heaven's Edge 10 years ago. Oh wow, we can just drop that bomb right here, right now, huh? A part of me wants to say it. Right, because obviously Barrett's not going to die by knowing it. Because he's the main character. I'm a god. But Barrett doesn't know that, right? He doesn't know he's the main character of the story. I mean, he's developing a god complex, but he's not dumb. Or not... He's not that lacking in caution. He knows the importance of his role, right? Like, he knows that without him, the Crusade would die, more than likely. Which is why he's developing a god complex, but... Yeah, he's not going to say that. You don't let anyone get close to you. There might be a good reason for that, but you can always count on me if you ever need any kind of support. Darren's eyes widen in shock. He looks at you with bewilderment. Then he smiles. Have you any idea how terribly insipid you sound? Throw in some extra nonsense like you can confide in me, and I'll be adamant that you were raised by a couple of trite playwrights who put you to sleep by reading their boring scribblings on the workings of the heart. Fine. Do you know why I asked you about that? Because the answer to the question, what do you think about me, usually reveals more about the one doing the answering than the one doing the asking. Now that I've got you thinking, let's proceed to the usual small talk. Do you want to talk about your past? I've been thinking about you a lot since our visit to Heaven's Edge. Do you want me to write a detailed report? You're the commander of the Crusade, not my personal biographer. Why do you need this boring trivia? I don't. I'll see you later. Okay, let's move down to Sela. Zenith, what are you doing? Zenith, get out of the... Oh, you silly horse. Sela. Good days and clear skies. What do you say? Where are we off to today? Nowhere. You stay here. Good talk. Sela smile. See ya. Okay, anybody up here? Nope. Lan, what are you doing over here, buddy? What brings you here? See ya. Okay, let's go up to Camellia. There's Hilor and a mysterious elf. I'll have to talk to them in a second. Camellia. Greetings. The neat smile on Camellia's lips disappears so quickly you almost wonder if you imagined it. Yeah. I won't keep you. I'm gonna get to the bottom of you one day. What the hell do you want from me? Hilor? It's good to see you. What can I do for you? Would you like to renew your forces with excellent fighters? Who was that elf that was talking to you? She didn't introduce herself, but she was greatly interested in the volunteers that have joined the army. She thought I might know the elf she was looking for from my mercenary contacts, but I couldn't tell you any more than that. She never shared his name. I have to go. Good luck. Is that Kaelessa? Is that who that is, maybe? Hey, Reggie. How you doing, buddy? Reginald's pale yellow eyes freezing in an expression of polite attention. Knight Commander, greetings. Thank you. Thank you for those greetings. So Ember's over there. Let's talk to Ninio first, though. What? Oh, it's you. We're done. Was that first option different? No. I don't care if she calls me boy. I don't mind. Ember. Ember's bobbing her head and humming a tune, as she usually does. Erebeth surely has something to say, right? I'm listening, Commander. No? Damn. Nobody wants to talk to me. Is Nevia inside here? Nope. Okay. So go talk to the Queen. Surely she has some... Wow. It really changed out here, huh?
We march ahead.
The Queen crosses her hands and pensively taps her guard brace. It's been a long time since I traveled like this. Yeah. I guess she doesn't have anything to say to me either. Well, fine. I don't want to talk to any of you guys anyway. I'm going into my tent, where hopefully Nevia will be there to talk to me. Nevia, talk to me. Look who it is. Hi. Well, at least you're pleasant. Okay, well. Let's take a look at our magical weapons. Make sure we're all ready to go. Flail of False Hope. Longsword +2. Oh, right. Let's talk to Finian. How do we, here he is. Want to chat? I'm always up for a chinwag. I want to talk about you. Sure, go ahead. Although I haven't really done anything noteworthy yet. Do you realize you're a weapon? What kind of question is that? I mean, sure, the clerics keep going on about every crusader being a weapon of Iomade, but I don't speak of myself in fancy words like that. I'm just a lad with 2 arms, 2 legs, and more freckles than I'd like. I choose where to go and whom to fight for. I don't want to be someone's weapon, you hear? Everything is dead. How everybody decides their own fate. Now everybody decides their own fate. How to become a Pathfinder. I've always wanted to be one, ever since I was a kid. I remember I'd go out to the edge of the village at sunset and then just keep walking until I got tired or someone dragged me back by the ear. It was like something was drawing me away from my home. My clan wasn't the nomadic kind. Before the wound opened, the idea of traveling anywhere would have never crossed my mind, or the minds of many in the clan. They were content with their community or their patch of land, but I always wanted to see what lay beyond the bend in the road, over the familiar hill beyond the horizon. My father, he wanted to teach me to be a shaman like him, but as soon as I came of age, I was off looking for the Pathfinder Society, and I found it, and is. After 3 weeks of travel on foot, I passed their trials and they accepted me. My father hasn't spoken to me since, but that's all right. Once he hears of my great deeds, he'll come around. Someday. All I wanted was to rush off to some faraway land and find a treasure trove no one else had discovered yet. But I knew I had a duty to Sarkoris. Then the wound opened, the demons, the havoc. In the end, I never went anywhere. But as soon as things calm down, I'm setting off to explore Aslant. I've already decided. Great ancient ruins, that's my kind of life. Being surrounded by the wreckage here is depressing, as I'm sure you know. Do you remember anything from before you ended up in Canabris? There's uncertainty in Finian's voice. I mean, a lot of things happened. I remember how happy everyone was when the ward stone was placed in Canabris. That was some celebration. Finian is silent for a few moments, and I remember the cultists took me, cut down my whole party, and dragged me to their ringleader. Don't know his name, everyone just called him the Bladesmith, but after that, my memory is all fuzzy. For some reason, he didn't sacrifice me or anything, just knocked me around. Said he'd been looking for a phantom blade for a long time. I don't remember why. How I escaped, what I did, can't remember that either. Some crusader picked me up in the wound, brought me to Canabris, and that's where I stayed, licking my wounds. Maybe there was a mix-up, and now they think I'm dead. Why else would none of them contact me this whole time? The wardstone, you say? What you're describing happened decades ago. That's rich. Next you're going to tell me I've been sleeping for decades. Last year that was. Well, maybe the year before last. I couldn't have been wandering the wound that long. I would have either been... I would have been either dead or an old geezer by now. Nah, quit messing with me. Finian, you need to understand, you're not human anymore. Finian's voice sounds concerned. Hey, are you feeling alright? Maybe you need to have a lie down. I'm standing right in front of you. Poke me if you like, as human as they come. Or do you think my travels have worn me down so much I've become an animal? Not happening. My folks taught me to stay human, always, no matter the circumstances, to remember who I am, and never to shame my ancestors. Are you still able to commune with the spirits? Maybe I can, only they don't want to answer me. I'm still a spiritualist, a phantom blade. My power is within me. But I have this feeling like I'm separated from the spirit world by some kind of transparent wall. I keep knocking, but no one can hear me. I think... Finian forces a chuckle. Guess all bladesmiths torture. All the bladesmiths torture did a number on me. He broke something inside. I wanted to talk about something else. Tell me about the Pathfinder Society. Oh, well, sometimes folk curse our names, calling us opportunists who just want to line our pockets. But that's only part of it. We're travelers, explorers, solvers of mysteries, and fighters of evil men. Or evil. I mean, good coin hasn't hurt anybody either. Anybody yet. But for folks like me, it's not what matters. We're curious to see the world, play a part in everything, stick our noses everywhere. Getting into our circle isn't easy. First, you must prove that you can endure any place you're sent to, that you won't shy away or flee. That's why you'll never catch a long line of applicants outside any society lodge. Every lodge has a venture captain, and if they approve your application, you're in. And there are many lodges all over the world, but the main one, the Grand Lodge, is located far away in Absalom. I've never been there myself, but I've heard a lot of stories about it, and about the decemvirate that governs all Pathfinder affairs from there. That's all. I should get going. If you feel like chatting, I'm always here. Thanks, at least somebody appreciates me. Thanks, Finian. Radiant Kukri, The Collapse, Vermin Bane, Elven Sword, Vicious Hand Axe. Right, we wanted to give... Right, because so you're currently using the voice of Hollows. Do we want to give you another weapon? Maybe we'll give you a sword. I don't know. Go ahead and have that. You don't need a torch. You have a torch in the other hand. Armor-wise, we do have a couple of sets of armor here. So breastplate +1. Not better. Not going to be better than that either. And nobody else wears armor, I don't think, besides you. Would this be better for you, this Bruiser's chain shirt? Damage resistance. So... No. This gives the max dexterity bonus. Right? Yeah. Definitely keep wearing that. Does anybody else want a chain shirt? Wearing chain mail. You can keep that. You are going to keep that. And you're going to keep that. I guess that's probably all then. Ember can't wear it, right? Yeah. Okay. Now you, I think, didn't we get the feat for you? Let's go into here. We can store these weapons. And the armor. Go to the armor here, though. Medium armor +2 and light armor. I think you can only use light armor, though, right? Let's see. Let's go into here. Zenith. I guess we didn't get the feat. I thought we got the feat. Let's see. No. Okay. We must have got... I know maybe we get the heavy barding for what's-his-face is what we got. For Demon Bane, I think that's what we did. Okay. Were there any accessories we needed to dole out? Yes, there are. Anybody without a cape? You do not have a cape. There you go. These amulets are both for natural armor or unarmed people. A bracer of armor +1. You can have that. There you go. There you go. She's looking mighty regal, actually. Put both of those in the chest. Okay. Anything else we want to take a look at here? Nope. We have these things. Do they weigh a lot? They actually kind of do. 5 pounds each. But that's it. Let's go ahead and rest. Reset corruption and everything. You need to scribe another scroll of haste. There it is. And begin resting.
What will you do when the war is over? I'd like to return to my manor and put it to rights. You could help me make a garden around it.
Tempting, but I too want to return home. You should see the gardens we have in Andoran.
That was actually kind of amiable of Camellia. Weird. She's a goddamn puzzle. I can't figure her out. She's not giving me anything. Damn it. Okay, let's go to the priest real quick. And we need to get rid of these negative levels. So we need 3 scrolls of restoration. Hopefully they're not too expensive. And maybe we should buy a couple of scrolls of, whatchamacallit, Raised Deads. That way we have it. Although we don't have a ton of money. Filter by alphabetical order. So, scroll of restoration. Restoration. Here we go. Okay, they're not expensive at all. I'll take 2 of those. And, you know, we will... Wait, no, we need 3 of them. And we do need to buy... Let's go ahead and buy 1 scroll of Raised Dead, just so we have it. If it happens out in the field. Okay. So... Come into here. Scroll of restoration. Here we go. Go ahead and use 1. Use 1. And last one. There we go. That wasn't too expensive. I know it was kind of a waste. We could have used the spells out in the field to get rid of it, but then we're wasting spell slots, so... I'm not too concerned.
That is
Huh?
quite a discovery.
What's this? Anomalous pamphlet. I spit on the streets of Canabris. I spit on its granite walls and its stained glass windows. If tomorrow the ground trembles, splits apart, and devours this cursed city, I will not shed one tear. No one here, not a single soul, deserves any compassion. Everyone who lives in this city is a criminal. If there were any justice in this world, every one of them would be hanging from the gallows, Prelate Holvin and Queen Galfrey chief among them. Ask anyone on the streets what they know of mongrels. The answer will be dumb silence. Or the lowered eyes of a scoundrel who knows their crimes but doesn't want to think about it. Mongrels, a disgusting nickname which the residents of the city have given to the brave Crusader heroes who defeated the forces of evil but paid for it with their health. Covered with scabs and tumors, bloated and gnarled, they were no longer beautiful enough to be tolerated by the very people they saved. As a reward for their heroism, the city dwellers exiled them to the sewers and damp caves beneath the city. The author of these words went down there and spoke with them, and I'll have you know that the ugliest of them is more noble than all the paladins of Mendev, not to mention that head-chopping prelate and his murderous queen. If any pretend that today's city dwellers aren't responsible for the crime of their grandfathers, then I will spit in their face, for the grandchildren of the exiled are still down there, crawling in the mud and eating garbage, and everyone who knows about this and does nothing And everyone who knows about this and does nothing, and everyone who should know but prefers blissful ignorance, I say they're all guilty, and they repeat the same crime every day. As long as this doesn't change, any citizen who desires to fight a demon should take a knife and stab themselves in the stomach. For your city has already rotten, and you are no better than demons. And if anyone would repent and right this terrible wrong, they should turn their weapons on the prudish paladins, who preach good but defend an order that flies in the face of justice. Down with the paladins, down with Prelate Hulrin, down with Queen Galfrey. Well, that's not good. It's not good to see that in your camp, huh? Feel like that's gonna come back and play a hand at some point. It did bring up an interesting question, though, right? So Queen Galfrey was pretty upset that I decided to prioritize discipline. Granted, it wasn't the best time for me to do it, but I didn't have a lot of options. But she was kind of upset that I chose that path, that sort of hardline lawful path. But Hulrin's been, you know, butchering innocent people, and some guilty people, but some innocent people too, for decades. And she's kind of let it go, you know, without stepping in. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe I can talk to her about that someday. Speaking of Hulrin, where the hell is Hulrin? We haven't seen him in forever. What happened to that guy? But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. In the next episode, we will be headed out back on campaign, headed towards Dresden. I think we're going to head straight to Dresden. I'll take a look around the map, see if there's anything else I want to check out. I don't know if I need to strengthen my army more or what, but we'll see. But yeah, we'll decide that in the next episode. Until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.